Hey, what's up? MCU Collective. I, Rashad. He, Antonio.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you
Yes.
follow on at 20 franchise on all the things. Our spoiler review was really long, but we
Yeah.
still got some, we still injected some jokes in there. So go back, check that out, and share that with your people after they've seen the movie. We just got some questions that we want to ask that needs to be answered. If we can't answer them, you can definitely answer in the comments
Mhm.
below. What's your number one question, Tony?
What's up with this U.S. invasion of Wakanda?
Yeah. So
U.S.
we
Mhm.
see CIA is already sending in the ops. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Literally, not like
Yeah, right. Not street ops,
nah,
but
the ops for
the,
real.
the
You
real
know,
ops.
you know the
Yeah,
destabilized country ops.
right.
The Eric Stevens ops.
Right, exactly.
So, and then that's a good question too. Like in this,
Mhm.
okay, so you got Val, Everett Ross, got the
Mhm.
new Secretary of State, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He got that same energy as Thunderbolt Ross,
Mhm.
if you notice.
Yes.
So he's like, hey man, like I need y'all to, to cooperate with us.
Off
And
topic, real quick. The actor that played Thunderbolt Ross passed away, right? Or am I?
yes, yeah, William
Uh,
Hurt passed away like
William. Oh,
last year, I think. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because you already you heard who he's gonna try to get on the play Thunderbolt Ross now, right?
No. Who?
Harrison Ford. But anyway, so CIA
Mhm.
is like really trying to get some vibranium, and plus, and since we got Val here, the only thing I can really think about is they're gonna have the Thunderbolts
Mhm.
involved in some sort of mission, either to get vibranium from Wakanda
Mhm.
or find vibranium somewhere else
Mhm.
or something. So it's real. It's a real interesting kind of mix because there's no reason not to have her as an inclusion because. To be honest, one of the critiques is she ain't even necessary in the movie, and like
No.
and I agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like the inclusion because I like the connectivity of the MCU. Like that's why I'm
Mhm.
there. But
Mhm.
like the white folks didn't really have to be there at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's interesting you say that about the Thunderbolts actually possibly being like a black ops going into Wakanda, because guess what, that can cause some type of friction, because one of the members that is supposed to be of the Thunderbolts would be Bucky. And we all know Wakanda is the reason that Bucky's life has been saved and changed. What you gonna do, Bucky? That's all I got to
That
say.
yeah, and so that's so narratively speaking, as a storyline,
Mm-hmm.
a story writer, you got to create tension, and that will
Mm-hmm.
create the most tension because then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have a conflicted Bucky.
The White Wolf, remember?
Oh yeah. He was in the hut, and Io was
Mm-hmm.
looking out for that white boy. Remember that? He was crying.
Mm-hmm.
Had that white boy crying and at
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock in the morning,
And
saying he
sure,
was.
and remember, sure he was too. When the kids were playing and bothering him, they was like, leave him alone. And they said, how are you doing, Mr. Bonds? He said, and the kids all were saying, White Wolf. They kept referring to him as the White Wolf.
Yeah. That was wasn't it Okoye?
That at the end of one of them daggone Okoye helped him
Oh yeah.
loot.
That was the end of Infinity War. My bad.
Right, Infinity War, right. Infinity War.
Yeah. You're right. But even so, I don't like that's gonna be interesting because we already know, even in the real world, that's what America do. Like, all right, show like, oh y'all got something?
Right.
Let's send the people over there and just to see what they talking about and see what we can get,
Right.
and then we'll send on like a full on invasion
And
later on.
remember how she basically was like orgasmic about,
Oh yes,
what to do.
I dream.
Dream. Right. He was like, he said to vibrator, she said, what do you think the US was? She's like, oh, I dream of
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah. She's trying to like, yeah, they really trying to, it's bad. Like I said in the review of the movie, the French were trying to daggone get their hands on vibranium,
Yeah.
and the French usually stay out of everything.
Yeah,
They're like last minute. All right, yeah, it's out of hand. We'll get it. They were even trying to steal vibranium from the Wakandans. So yeah,
they're trying to go back to their roots, looting and
right,
plunder Africa. You know what I'm saying?
right. So yeah, I'm
Uh,
I'm really interested in seeing, you know what I'm saying, when this is going to happen. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yo, it was funny, right? Because somebody on TikTok was like, "Yeah, that kind of tracks because the French always try to bully Africa. Africa is their Middle East." I was like, "Dang, crazy." So
Yeah.
because there's resources there,
Yeah.
and yeah, I can't. I'm really interested to see that connection. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's my first question.
Okay.
Um, if Wakanda is forever, then Talokan is what?
Immortal? I don't. Listen, man.
A problem.
A pro. Yeah. Listen, they definitely are. You know what I'm saying? A prop. So it's crazy because I'm screw Marvel right now. Just look in
Right.
the real world of us right here.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big fan of space, astronomy, and stuff like that. But we on this planet don't even know half the stuff that's going on in the oceans of this planet
That's really real.
because we can't even send equipment down there to withstand the pressure, and it's so dark down there. We don't even really know what's going on. I'm not saying it is like underworld water. It might be, but we just don't know. And you try to tell me water takes up 70% of this planet. 70% of this planet, they are definitely a problem. They
70% and counting, because
right, right.
global warming.
My man, we know. Listen, man. This like the fact that they were Namor was able to sneak on possibly the most secret, secured place on the planet, Wakanda.
Fortified place.
Fortified place. Snuck in, no problem. It was like literally feet away from the queen and the princess. Yeah. Talokan and Namor and them are a problem. And here's the thing. The rest of the world still don't know about them yet.
Yo, so I had so again, TikTok was kind of on fire today a little bit. Okay. I had this one dude come through and comment and was talking about, because I was like, the whole, like Talokan is, they stronger than Wakanda. And dude was like, yo, like how they have uranium and they help the world, basically like recounting the original Black Panthers storyline. Because like I wasn't about to go back and forth with him because he wanted to make this argument that Wakanda should have axed it, also trying to make the same argument that they almost committed genocide via Killmonger. I'm like, you can't have the same argument, because I was talking about how the French came through, was trying to steal vibranium. But you never even gave any credence to the fact that the French tried to steal vibranium.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna skip the cause and talk about the effects. Even when it comes to like Killmonger, you skip the cause and went straight to the effects. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole Wakanda whole thing was like, we not getting involved because we just our own thing. We don't get involved in outside affairs. Anyway, Talokan, like you said so eloquently, washed the Wakandans. Like it, like when I watched it the second time, I was like, yo, they about to get their asses handed to them so fast
on a silver platter.
And again, the only reason why they lost, they didn't even lose. They just came like they came to an agreement.
Yeah,
like they didn't lose. Like literally at the end, when they was on like that huge ship, it was like 8 of them on that joint.
Yeah,
and
the
Talocons were still
coming. We're still coming. Yes, the whales were still bringing them on.
Yeah. So that's the only reason that they stopped, was because Namor was like, "Hey, I fight silver guys. Let's go home."
Yeah.
That only reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. My second thing, kind of piggybacking off you know what I'm saying? If, like you said, if Wakanda is forever, what is Talokan? My thing is, how long is this truce between Namor and Talokan? Namor, Talokan, and the Wakandans is going to last? Because
good question.
We got to remember, for people you don't really know in the comics, and I don't know how far they're gonna go or what this, they have beef, like long-standing beef. Like it's like
back and forth.
This back and forth. It's 1 minute, hey, we cool. Next minute, somebody Wakanda can just spit in the water or something. That is an act of aggression, and like you ready to. But listen, man, Namor is the Marvel equivalent of Black Air Force energy. He is just angry all the time. He's angry. He is your stereotypical angry black man, except he's Aztecian. He's it. He's just mad at mad and angry about the world. He's like, yo, I'm all about my people. Screw you. Yeah. I'll try to get you. That, you know what I'm saying? Either you with us or you against us.
Yeah, because think about it. His proposition was, hey, look, yo, because y'all did this, we can have. That's what I forgot to mention, right? If you remember during his little impassioned speech when he was like, something Tyler Khan, Ras Tyler Khan, he said, we are not moving again. Yep. So there's been a time where there's been some tragedy on the water when a bunch of people died and they didn't know why, and then they had to move where they were. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this, like even when Nakia went to see about them, she was on the beach, right?
Yeah, the Yucatan. Yeah,
Yucatan. Like the location where she was, where the fishman normally would come, is not where she went. You know what I'm saying? So it could easily be on two separate sides of the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, we're not privy to that, but still, like, just think about it. So they've moved more than once, their entire civilization. Also, they said this is the capital city. So there are more cities under the water. Yes. And this is the third civilization on Earth that we just found out about, because there's also the daggone people that's from Shang-Chi and Talo. Talo Khan. You feel what I'm saying? So this has to be some sort of connection.
Yes. So So my thing is, how long is this truce gonna last?
Not long, yo.
Not long. Even Namor made that at the end of the movie when Namor was basically still about that action. She was like, "Hey, let's go wash these dudes again real quick." And he was just, "Why did you bend the knee? Why? You know what I'm saying? Well, why did you yield? You know what I'm saying?" And he was like, "Hey, look here, man. Look, she could have killed me, and she didn't. So she's basically getting a reprieve for not killing me." And we just
I owe you one,
right? I owe you or whatever. Like, yeah, you know what? Bet you could have killed me. I got you, type thing. But he told her, like, hey, they don't have any allies on the surface world. Everyone wants what they got in it, so they're coming. And then he was like, oh, they're gonna come to us. You know what I'm saying? For help.
We're gonna be more powerful than ever.
Right? Exactly. So
in his mind, like we said on the review, he's just playing a long game.
Yeah. Chess, not checkers.
Yeah. Speaking of the long game and vibranium. Is this your third or your? Yeah. Okay. That's my next question, because I think people forgot about this. So back in Age of Ultron, we had one Ulysses Claw, who was chilling somewhere. I think it was like off of like the coast of Africa somewhere.
Yeah, I think it might have been off the Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's him, a bunch of Africans on a ship, and he has vibranium. He has enough vibranium to make basically Vision, right?
And Ultron had his body too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So because that was going to be Ultron's final form. So my question is, how much vibranium is already out there in the world? Because
okay, that's my third one too. So we're gonna put that together. My question was, because like how many other vibranium deposits outside of Wakanda's out there?
So we got because Claw was already on that smuggling vibranium anyway. And he had, even though he had a little bit, he still had a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm talking about the Great Mound and all that stuff, and the deposits in the ocean. But like he had enough for him to basically make billions of dollars. Yes. And Ultron just took his arm and took it all. Yeah. So my question was like, yo, who else has vibranium and just ain't saying nothing? Because it has to be somebody else, because he was already doing it.
I have a theory.
Let's go.
We could get a character to be introduced into this one, Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
Especially with how Victor Von Doom's appearance is and everything, he could have some vibranium. And I mean, it is when Shuri made the comment of it might have been more than one, you know what I'm saying, meteor to hit. It normally is. It's never just one meteor. No,
it breaks up in fragments as it goes into the atmosphere.
Right, breaks off into fragments. So probably the largest landed in Wakanda, but there's probably other deposits, like probably more deposits in the ocean. There's probably some deposits somewhere like in Antarctica.
I was about to say the same thing.
In Antarctica, in the northern pole hemisphere. Hell, there might be a small deposit somewhere in the United States that, you know what I'm saying, that they just haven't been able to find or anything like that. So yeah, so piggybacking off you, that was kind of my third question too.
And this ain't even my theory, but shout out to Jay Wash. I'm watching him a lot, and he said this makes a lot of sense.
What's that?
He said they could easily introduce vibranium, somebody else finds it, and then they convert that metal into adamantium. And then that's how you get Wolverine.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that idea. Shout out Jay Washington, man.
Take vibranium and probably mix it with other metals that, adamantium with vibranium with titanium and other. Yeah, that works, man.
Yeah. Because you already know you got to have something to be able to go out into liquid form,
right?
To solidify,
right? But, to be a catalyst for it, yeah. So
like I really wonder who else is going to pop off with some vibranium. That's a good question that we both had together.
Okay. All right, so we got 2 left. You want to go or?
No, you go.
Okay. So the next question will be M'Baku. We saw how it ended.
Yeah.
Where he came out, basically part 2 of It Is Challenge Day. The princess will not be here. She's handling other business. I challenge for the Black Panther. So, and it ended. But the thing is, it wasn't like they were all like, oh, I can't believe he's doing that. You saw they were all smiling or, saying like.
No, it seemed like the Jabari knew what he was going to do.
Right. The Jabari knew he was going to. But you saw the other people kind of at first was shocked, but then it was like, all right.
I know what this thing about to do.
I know what he about to do that. So my question is, like I said, with M'Baku, will he become the new ruler of Wakanda? Or will Princess Shuri continue to be the ruler and he becomes kind of like the Black Panther, or he converts it into the man ape, because of his god of Hanuman.
Such a good question, because the way it plays out, it seems as if Shuri is still going to be the protector.
Right.
And M'Baku is just going to be the king of Wakanda.
And if you notice, real quick, sorry for cutting you off, notice on his chest plate after Namor caved his shit in, he has like vibranium weaved into that chest plate near the like when they went into the final battle and everything. So
that's a good catch. I ain't even noticed that.
Yeah, it was some metal vibranium because it was all wood at first, but it was some metal vibranium, after Namor caved that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's on that joint like, you get hit in the chest of your kid. Can't breathe.
Like, Daddy, breathe, boy, breathe. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I just want to know, what is his story going to be for this point forward? Because once again, I hate to be the comic guy, whatever. He's actually like an enemy of the Black Panther. I like the fact that he turned him into kind of like a ally with them, but
Yeah, but
you know,
usually he's like
usually he's an enemy.
beefing all
Yeah,
the
he's
time.
beefing with them or whatever. And the fact, and then too, you know, I wonder if he will become the new I know she's a protector, but because he sat there and said, remember, he said, "I promised your brother that I would protect you and look after you." So you see what I'm saying? I wonder if that's going to play a part into that.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because I just want to shout out Winston Duke, man.
Yeah,
Like
man. Shout out Winston Duke, man.
sir, you really killed this role. And like every time he's on screen, you just he was
Captivated.
he
Yeah.
was Winston was eating every
You
time,
bald-headed demon.
from the first scene, I said, yeah, they go, my boy
Boy,
M'Baku about to say something stupid. I already know.
Yes. And it's just funny because it plays back when he came in eating the carrot. It came back, or that was like a callback to, you know, the first one. He was like, "If you speak again, I will feed you to my children." I'm just joking. We're vegetarians.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also, like, because carrots are more than orange. But that's another issue with how we make food and stuff like that, and how indigenous plants are just dying because nobody needs to grow them anymore, and GMOs. I'm sorry. Anyway,
FDA, huh?
Yeah, Monsanto and all that good stuff. Here's the last question, and we can really spend the rest of the time on this because I really kind of want to delve into some issues of other people. So, what reaction are you most surprised reviewers and critics are having about this movie?
I have had people I've talked to who have seen it, because once again, it's a lot of people who haven't seen it yet.
True.
It has all been positive, and they understand. Today, one of my co-workers, shout out to Michelle Wardlow. She's a Black female filmmaker. She has a little private thing anyway, my homegirl.
Hey, girl.
She was telling me that her cousin, they all went to go see it Friday, and her cousin didn't like it. He was just like, well, not my cup of tea. I wanted more action. I wanted to be, it didn't do anything for me like the first one did. So I can understand people who are action junkies and who aren't really into, I'm not going to say a good story, but into storytelling and everything like that. And they just want to see, they want to see, they want to Michael Bay it up. As I like to say, yes, Michael Bay it up or whatever. They want, say boom, oh God, everything is a blow up explosion every 5 minutes. Still ain't
slow motion and fire.
Right. Still ain't done Transformers right, but that's another story. But so I can understand people who like action and fast, but this could be kind of like slow for them or whatever. But I'm like, God, come on, have a heart, people. Like I said, please do not compare this movie to the first Black Panther. They are two separate movies, completely, like two completely different genres and separation of movie. Same genre, but kind of like stylistically different. You know what I mean?
These is definitely different movies.
Yeah. What about you, man? What's
It's been weird, and I just want to address this line off top, yo. Like,
here we go. Let's get it.
If you have a problem with one Riri Williams, then you have a problem with me. Because people saying this character is unnecessary and all the good stuff. They could have had any random sciences. Or I heard somebody say they could have just made a reference to her and not really kind of included her in the movie. The only reason she's here is because she needed an introduction for her own series.
Pause real quick. Guess what? That's the same thing you can say about goddamn Spider-Man being in Civil War. Don't get me started. Don't get me. We know it. We know what it is. Okay. So, there's too many Black folk in the movie for you, and they had a Black MIT girl who's like one of the smartest people there, and she punked the white boy on the daggone movie. Sorry. Yeah. Unfollow me or get mad at me about that, but I'm sorry. Having her in that movie was kind of like the same role Peter Parker semi had in Civil War, but she had a bigger role than that.
You can say that about Peter Parker. You can say that about Black Panther in Civil War.
Right.
You can say that about a host of characters that are introduced. But that's it's not the there.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. So the argument to me is like I partially understand, but some people say, oh yeah, like like they ruin her origin story. I'm like, sir or ma'am or whoever you are, her origin story wasn't even talked about.
No.
The only thing that they started talking about was at the end of the movie when she fixed her dad's car. Her dad passed away. If you're not privy to the origin story, I'm not gonna say and explain it to you. Go read the comic or go look at the wiki. So that's the only thing they even and I mean in this they barely touched it.
And then like that, and then when they said, "What's the first time you built something?" and she was like, "I was 3 years old. My dad just threw a bunch of parts in front of me and said, 'Hey, do something with it.'" And that's the first time. So yeah, they didn't even go into, you know, what I'm saying, if you don't know that was a Chicago flag in a room, you wouldn't know she was from Chicago until the end when she sat there and said, "Hey, you want to swing by Chicago, catch a Bulls game and stuff." You don't really know anything about her if they didn't give an origin story. That's what the Ironheart series is going to probably most likely cover the most.
And to be honest, if you actually like follow how movies and TV shows or whatever are kind of played out, her character she's the audience. So everything that happens is she's reacting how the audience will react. It's like, yo, this doesn't make no sense. We down here. This is some villain type shit. Like all that she said, like all that was the audience. So she was the audience. She's a proxy for the audience in the movie. So I don't really get that. Also, like some people said, they didn't really like the second suit or whatever, like the iron suit, the vibranium iron suit.
Okay,
I'm like, whatever, yo. Okay, like I get that, but then again, she not gonna have the suit no more. You know what I'm saying? Because sure, it's like, fam, you can't have this. Because you already know when she goes back home and this the Ironheart series, she's gonna have to make her Mach 3 suit. Because Mach 1 got crushed. You know what I'm saying? And Mach 2 was not hers. She's gonna have to make another suit. So that's kind of the same progression. Y'all wasn't pissy mad at all them Iron Man suit. Y'all was loving them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I know a lot of people were really upset at the end of Iron Man 3 because they didn't like the Shane Black of it all because it was a Christmas movie and they felt like it was an MCU movie, even though that movie really pushed Iron Man's narrative really, really far. You know what I'm saying? In regards to him dealing with his own anxieties and his grief and his PTSD. But that's another day, another time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Ironheart is gonna have her own thing. He's gonna be a fully fleshed out character, and it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And plus, I love Black women, so I'm gonna support Black women at all costs because I don't care. I have 4 Black women in my house. You think I'm not?
Yeah.
Shoot,
Rashad is surrounded. He has no choice. I got one more question.
All right, go ahead.
Where do we go from here with Prince T'Challa? With young Prince T'Challa? Because he's what, 6-7 years old right now. Okay.
Best.
Let's go ahead and say he's 7 for the most part.
Let's say 7.
Let's say he's 7. He's not going to be doing no fighting or anything like that. There has to be a time jump somewhere along the lines coming up. But you know what Mike can rectify that problem? Oh, guess what? Kang, Conqueror, Quantumania,
Secret Wars,
all this type of stuff can kind of rectify that problem where you'll see an adult version of him. And then it goes into, well, who's going to play the adult version of the, you know, saying the new Prince T'Challa? I have a few people in mind who I would like. My number one
not a choice. List. Let's go.
Well, I'll just go ahead and give my number one choice.
Who that?
Yahya Mateen.
Yeah, but he's already playing Wonder Man.
Right. So that's out the way. You know what, man? He was like my number one choice, and I just forgot he was playing Wonder Man. So I really, John Boyega, maybe.
Oh man, that's an interesting pick. John Boyega is cool. The other person who is already gonna be in that dude from the Black dude from the Good Place, but he's already playing somebody in the MCU as well.
Right.
I forgot who he's playing. He's in I forgot.
Captain America is. You talking about God, the Black Captain America's grandson?
Not him. You remember the dude from the you ever seen the Good Place?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's on NBC, the
Okay.
station you used to work for.
Okay. I haven't worked there in 8 years. Stop it. Stop it, sir.
Nah,
Thank
man,
you.
this is black dude, and he also was in this HBO series about like single people. I think he's like the second season. It's like the black dude he was dating and stuff. I forgot his name. Anyway,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
playing somebody in MCU as well already. I forgot who, but
Okay.
I don't really have a clear. I really don't really know of any unless it's like
A no name.
a no name or like maybe that like one of those dudes in like All American or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't it's a bunch of little slim black dudes in there. Like I don't know. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? But
Are you talking about William Jackson from
William Jackson. Yeah, he's playing
Okay.
somebody in MCU right now. I forgot who he's gonna play.
Okay.
I'm not sure they even casted him yet, or who they say he was going to play, but he's been casted
Okay.
for some role.
Okay. I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because he has a
Yes,
smart,
it's
but
yeah.
but dude is jacked though. He's
Oh,
low
for real?
key. Yes.
Okay.
Low
Yeah.
key, he's jacked. Yeah. Yeah. I don't, yeah. Other than that, man, like
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I really want to know where we're gonna go with young Prince T'Challa, aka Toussaint. And with saying with his storyline, and saying how long are we going to have to wait before we see him in action, maybe in Black Panther 3 in about what 6 years or so, 7 years,
Yeah,
or
this is
whatever,
gonna be a minute.
or whatever. So yeah, once again, man, this movie really moved and touched me. Definitely in my top 3 movies I've seen this year. And all praise Queen Angela Bassett.
I'm just gonna say this is the best movie I've seen this year.
Okay.
It's ain't nothing else coming out that's gonna top this. I don't care what it is.
Okay. I'll say right there it's probably number 2 for me right there, because my favorite
what's number 1
is still Everything Everywhere.
All at Once. See, that's probably like number 2 for me.
Okay.
That's a really
you know what? Yeah,
really good movie.
Both women in that movie deserve to be nominated for an Academy Award.
Really, it's a really good movie, y'all.
Yeah.
Like and with that little bit of budget, and they so good. Yeah, but yeah, that and then the Batman come out this year.
Yeah, the Batman is up there too, because I just love
that's probably like number 3. There's a good 25 minutes of movie that should have been cut out of that.
But Michelle Yeoh from Everything Everywhere Michelle, All at Once needs to be nominated for Best Actress, and Angela Bassett needs to be nominated for was she supporting
actress?
Yeah, so Best Supporting Actress. Them two definitely need to be nominated. If they're not, definitely gonna have a problem with it. So yeah,
because there was an accent, man.
Yeah,
it was good.
Master classes,
and I think there's still this stigmatism against like stuff that isn't like quote unquote dramatic or what however they want to use it to kind of obvious stuff. But yeah, that's really it for this one, man. Like,
man.
We love Wakanda forever. It's not gonna be our last conversation about this.
No, it's not. It's not, because I'm going to see it probably again for a 3rd time, and then I must notice something else that I didn't, pay attention or whatever. So
I'm gonna probably try to see some IMAX by myself. Yeah, so I can just bask in it.
No, you're not. You're taking Maddie. You're taking Maddie.
Nobody. Maddie stay home. But yeah, man, that's all we got for today. MCU Collective. We'll be back in the form of the Calrissian Kids.
Yes.
On Wednesday.
Our variants. Yes.
Penultimate episode of Andor. Make sure y'all get on that, man. And I'm just gonna be honest. You can see episodes 1 through 3, episode a little bit of episode 5 and episode 6, and right on through the end.
Yeah.
And you be good, yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, either to check the reviews, man, and then that'll fill you in.
Yeah. So
like and subscribe on the stuff, man. We appreciate y'all, and we will see you all next time.
Peace out.